Hello, my Zentangle friends. This is Barbara Langston, CZT. I'm a Certified Zentangle Teacher, and welcome to another session of Not Perfect Zen. I hope you're doing well. I am doing good, thank you. I'm going to go back to doing another botanical tile today, but first my contact information, notperfectzen@gmail.com, and on Instagram and Facebook, if you post and put @BBL_tangles, then I get a notice that you have posted. Reminders always to breathe and to enjoy what we're doing. All right. I have picked out 3 patterns to put together. This one is What Am I? And it is in the book When Life Gives You Lemons by Alice Hendon. And I have shown this before. I got this bound at Staples, but I just love Alice's books. And her Facebook group is called Tangle All Around. But I found all of these patterns in that book and gonna put them together in a fun way. We'll be using a Zentangle 3.5 inch tile, a Micron 01, a Zentangle pencil, which is just a number 2 pencil without an eraser, and a blending tool known as a tortillion, and I keep this in there to keep the tip pushed out. Okay. Zoom in. Okay, we are going to start by putting What Am I in the center. Breathe, relax. I'm grateful to be here, grateful for you, and always grateful for Zentangle. Okay, so to start with this one, I'm just going to put kind of an orb here in the center. All right, just as kind of a little guide. And then I'm going to put orbs inside of it. Of course, these don't have to be perfect. It could be various sizes. This is kind of like putting tipple in the center. Turn your tile to keep your hand and your back, everything comfortable. Okay. Summer is almost here. My granddaughters will be out of school. They are ages, oh gosh, 9 and 12. No, 8 and 12. And then I have an older granddaughter who is 17, and she'll be a senior in high school this year. Okay. Got kind of big, but it's okay. So next, what we do on this is to add these spikes. So I'm going to go up about that far and then just come down to the side like that. And then I'm going to put one line up this way and a little bit of drama there at that end. Turn your tile. We're going to do that again. one little spike up the center. Turn. Yeah, you might want to make yours a little bit smaller in the center. It never comes out exactly the way I think, but it's okay. Okay, I'm going to put another little orb in there. Okay, so the next thing we do is these little leaves. So we're just going to put a little leaf on each of these. Okay. And then next to that, we have this little flower that pokes out. And come up, kind of a wavy top, and then back down. And then we're gonna add some drama here at the top. Okay, turn and do that again. Just add a little curve and then fill that in. Okay. One more. I did have someone comment recently that I go way too slow. So if I'm too slow for you, there are YouTube controls where you can speed it up. If I happen to be going too fast, you can pause it or use the YouTube controls to slow it down. Okay, the next thing she does is these kind of look like fescue, but they're round at the top. So come up, just add a little orb there. And another one next to it. Okay, and we're going to put some other things in here too, so I'm not going to totally fill that with these. But let's put a couple of them on here. Just a stem with an orb on the end. Okay, and like I said, on these, she puts 2 on each side, but we're going to add some of these first, okay? I'm going to start with Bommel, and I liked this one because it has the orbs similar to what we have here. And Bommel starts with this shape, like 2 petals coming together, or the infinity symbol. And then we come down to the bottom and add some weighting. This side too. Okay, and then we're just going to add some orbs up here on the top. Add as many or as few as you would like. Okay, and then we're going to have a stem. I think I'll have it come down this way. Okay. Let's add a few more of those. About one here. And I'm just finding a random spot. I think nature does things randomly. Okay, now some little orbs on top. Various sizes. Okay, and have this one come out from here. I just love these simple little organic patterns. And like I said, Alice's books, and she has more than just that book. She has several books out. And I find them on Amazon. Okay, we're just going to put a couple of orbs on that one. So we're just going to keep adding these patterns here and there. Breathe. Relax your shoulders. Just enjoy drawing one line at a time. Have this one come in from here. And we'll put a couple more over here. So Zentangle has been focusing on the elegance of limits, and that refers to a small size canvas like this is one of the elegance of limits. And I just love the small tiles. Okay, my orbs are not perfect. Most of my art is not perfect, and that's perfectly fine. Okay, let's add one more. These are just so fun and easy to draw. And I like how this kind of matches the orbs in the center. Yeah, my work used to be a lot smoother and more detailed, but in my old age, it's not quite like it used to be, but I'm still happy with it. Okay, so how about that? And next is Illern. And I could have sworn I had already taught this one, but I couldn't find it in my videos. And it starts, and we can even have it come off of this stem. We come out, and then another little stem like this. Then we put an orb here, and then just fill in that little spot there, right here. And then we put another little orb in the center. Okay, let's do one up here. So we have our stem that comes out. Put another one on this side. A little orb, fill it in, and then we just smooth that off right there. Okay, do it again, and then smooth that side, and put one in the center. Isn't that cool? Okay, our little stem and a V. Okay. Let's have one come out this way. All right. What about here? Yeah, it's starting to get pretty hot here in Houston. And my plants are struggling in the garden. But hopefully they'll be okay. I'm also, while I'm here, going to put another one of those. Okay, let's have a stem come this way. All right, I'll put one here. Of course, you can do them different sizes. Just randomly turn and add. Okay, what do you think? So now we can go back, if we want, and add more of these little fescue type. Or leave it as is. Actually, I think I'm going to have one come up this way. Always remember, this is your art. It doesn't have to be perfect. And just enjoy. Okay? I think I'll stop there. Since we've got so many dots, I think this is called Therefore. Okay, just little random dots. And this is from Zentangle. It's just an easy way to fill in some space. Okay, how about that? Now for shading. I am going to start by adding some shading to the outside of this bundle of orbs that I put here. And also a little bit at the base of each of these petals. and a little on each tip. Breathe, relax, have fun. Okay, we're not going to fill it in all the way to the center, just have it come up a little bit and leave a highlight there. Okay, just very lightly. I'll put some at the bottom of these also. Okay, so I'm just pushing it into the paper and smoothing it up. Trying to not leave an obvious line. So like here, soften it just a little bit. Oops, sorry. And then I'm just going to go ahead and pull this in toward the center a little bit. Okay. I am going to add a little bit of stippling right down here at the bottom. Make these show up a little bit better. Okay. This one. All right. Okay. Then I'm going to put a little bit of graphite just along the bottom of these orbs. And maybe just a little bit right up here. See how that looks. Okay. Okay. So just a little at the bottom of the orbs and a little on these petals. Oop, up here. Right, one more. And then soften it. All right. There you go. I hope you enjoyed that. Very simple, just a few patterns. So don't forget to put the patterns on the back, and you'll thank me for that later. I always come back to older tiles and then I can't figure out the names if I have not put them on the back. So write those on the back. You know, put your signature and the date. This is May 2025. For my chop. Okay, there you go. Remember to breathe, enjoy, and there are no mistakes. Oh, I didn't show you my practice style. So I did that in yellow with Lindy's Magicals. I thought that came out pretty cool. Okay, there you go. Thank you again for joining me. If you enjoyed this, please hit the like button, subscribe, leave comments. Your comments are just so important to me. I just have to say, they mean so much. So thank you. Come back again, my friends, and I will see you next time. Bye.